Hello, good morning. I was out yesterday and I was seeing on the television all the demonstrating and the riots going on at the colleges here in America. And it was very disturbing to see this. And I've been hearing about it. And I kind of wanted to address this to those of you who are out there demonstrating and pretty much rioting. Might as well call it rioting, because demonstrating is not a big deal. We have that right, that we can take stands against the things we don't believe. But rioting is a totally different thing, and that's what's happening on these college campuses. And I will have a question for those of you who are doing this. Do you believe in God? Is God in the equation at all with you? Our Father who art in heaven, holy is your name. Is that God, your God? Because he is the only God. And do you realize that these people that you are coming against, the Jews, are the very ones that God has chosen? They are his chosen people. He loves them. He loves you too. He loves you no matter what you're doing. He died for you. He sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die for you. But he certainly doesn't want you to come against his people. God gave the Jewish nation, Israel, over 3,000 years ago. He wanted them to have it. And they have had to fight for it ever since. I want to know, do you have any idea what the Jews have had to endure through all of these years? Throughout history, all throughout history, people have tried to annihilate them, to destroy them, to wipe out the Jewish nation. God is never going to let that happen. It's not going to happen. And when you fight against God's people, whether it's the Jews or Christians, you're fighting against God. And you're not going to win. It may look like you're winning for a while, but eventually it's going to end. Back in the Old Testament, King Xerxes had signed something, and Haman thought that the Jewish nation or the Jewish people all around in those provinces were going to be destroyed. But God stopped it. God didn't let it happen. Think about Hitler. He killed thousands of Jewish people just because they were Jews. He hated the Jews. But just so you know, some of you college students that are rioting here, you believe in all these things that are going on in the world. You believe in abortion, you believe in homosexuality, you believe all those things. But let me tell you this, Hitler was against those things, and he would as soon killed you as he would the Jews. Okay? So think about what you're doing. So, as I said, you may think that you're going to win fighting against God's people, but you're not going to. Do you honestly think that Iran and Hamas and all of them deserve your allegiance? Really? Do you really think so? These are people that would killed their own people. They use their own people to accomplish what they want. They don't care about those people. Just like the enemy of your soul doesn't care about you. He doesn't want you to come to Jesus Christ. These people that are fighting against Israel are full of hate. They're full of bitterness. They're not full of love. They don't care anything about you. Come on, college students. It's time to take a real good look at all of this and figure out really what is going on. There's people among you that are being paid to demonstrate. People who are being paid to be violent. And they're riling you up to do something that is wrong. It's time to get back to what you're at college for. You're there for an education. Not only an education, a privileged, something that it's a privilege to get an education. There are people around the world that will never have the opportunity to have the education that you are getting. Use this time to go and enjoy one another. Get to know people from other nations that you're going to school with. Go have fun. Play ball, play whatever. Hang out with one another. This is a time that not everyone gets to have. Get out of there. Stop rioting. That's my word to you today, is go back to the thing that you're supposed to be doing, getting a good education so that you can go out into the world and be the best that you can be at what you are called to do. God bless you.